welcome to this paddock. 40 horses about to come in, and we're going to start here with Topville Ben, number 22 in the great colours of JP McManus. Here's number 7, another one for that champion Willie Mullins. Brahma Bull, second in a Kerry National. He won it in 2005 with Hedge Hunter. He's got Brian Hayes, who's having his second ride in the race.
Could Sam Wadley-Cohen retire by winning the Grand National Neuber Yates? Sam, sum up your chance.
Well, look, it was a boyhood dream to ride in this race, so it'll be a nice fairy tale to end it with a win. Look, you need luck, you've got to be in it to win it, and here we are.
In the great colours of Long Run, who won a Cheltenham Gold Cup, Sam Wadley-Cohen, what a way to bow out with a national win.
Well, if you follow Davy Russell because you love the great Tiger Roll, this is his ride. Run Wild Fred, second in an Irish National, and Alex Hutter leading up today, who's the secretary for the great Gordon Elliott team, and she is besotted with this horse. She flies anywhere. Forget typing up the invoices. Here she is leading up.
You were unlucky last year, though.
I was lucky to be here. We're all lucky to be alive. Because now we stuck out in a war somewhere. I'm delighted to be here, and I think the horse is in good nick. And I hope he gives Mark a good ride, and if he has as good a spin off him as he did last year with maybe a little bit more luck, he should be there or thereabouts.
We wish you all the best, Ted. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Here he is, Ollie, 2 for gold. He's such a light framed horse, and the colours of the great Tiger Roll.
Not many jockeys fly themselves to the races. Sean Flanagan, you did that.
Yeah, well, we got here anyway, so it was a good start, yeah.
What do you fly?
I came over in a 2:10 today, a big upgrade for me now, but I was lucky that I was able to get borrowed off a friend.
Lovely. You ride Schoolboy Hours, who's been quietly nibbled at in the betting.
Yeah, look, he had a disappointing run in Cheltenham. His run in the Paddy Power back home at Christmas time was very good. Sure, if he takes the defences and we get a clear run, he could run a big race.
Wish you all the best, Sean. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, this lad snuck in. They decided not to run him in the Scottish National and wait and hope. And literally at the last hour he did. It's Fortescue, number 40, right down the bottom for the Nixon family who bred and owned him. Can Rachel Blackmore do that extraordinary thing and win back-to-back Grand Nationals? We were so selfish here last year and we enjoyed it without all these wonderful crowds who are here today. He'll get some roar if he can do it. He's got a mountain to climb, but she's the first jockey since 1930 to hold the great Grand National, the Gold Cup and the Champion Hurdle. She's putting everything before her. Who says she can't break another record? Now he's trained by Kieran Murphy, who's only in his second season training. He's actually only ever trained 6 winners in his career, but he's a genius. He was the pre-trainer of 2 former Grand National winners in Rule the World and Tiger Roll, because he worked in the jigging stand setup. He's a qualified carpenter. He built a Grand National fence at home to practice for this lad. He thinks he's so good, he told JP McManus, who bought him for this very small yard.
Under.
Thank you very much.
Even the bell gets a cheer today. Jockeys, please mount.
Here's Black Lion, the oldest horse in the race at 13 years young. Harry Skelton gets the leg up, the son of the great Nick Skelton, the show jumping gold medalist. They're leaving the paddock team.
Snow Leopardess and 2 for gold, would you believe it, coming down here together. There was a massive crowd down here and you can see she's getting up. Look at Snow Leopardess's ears, look at her looking. She'll come right down to this fence. She's already schooled over them, of course she's won over these fences. Oh, look at her, everybody. What a gorgeous horse. Good luck, Aidan. Best of luck. And here comes Sam Wadley-Cohen, who rides Noble Yates. He's on his last ever ride. Good luck, Sam.
So all the pomp and ceremony of Grand National Day, wasn't that lovely, with Laura Wright and the Knotty Ash signing choir? Community means everything here at Aintree, and it's something they do so well. So some have gone to see the first early, others are in the parade in front of the grandstands with the crowd here able to see these horses up close. There is number 30, Cloth Cap, Tom Scudamore, riding for John Joe O'Neill, went off 11-2 favourite last time.
In behind is Ascaria 10. Adrian Heskin rides for Gordon Elliott, one of 7 in the race for him.
What colours are you looking for? There's the former Irish Grand National winner, Free Will and Dillon on the left. On the right, number 5 is Run Wild Fred. David Russell's won this twice.
In behind them we have number 1, Manila Times, last year's winner, in the hands of Rachel Blackmore. Good deal more weight this year, but could the fairy tale come true? Could they do it again?
This would be a Lazarus story, really. Sam Crow won the Ballymore in 2018, the Marsh in 2020. Can he rediscover his form?
In next is number 10, that's Longhouse Poet, won the Thyestes Chase. Martin Brassel won the race last in 2006, and number 6, Valverde.
Santini's led up by Annabelle Dooman. Good luck to the Kelvin Hugheses. Nick Schofield riding for Polygundry.
They come thick and fast. We saw any second now there. Ted Walsh trains Ruby Walsh's father. Mark Walsh rides, no relation, however. 16 comes next. That is Good Boy Bobby for Nigel Twiston-Davies, 2-time winner of the race.
Then comes the Russia Counter, who won the 2019 Ladbrokes Trophy. Adam Wedge riding for Emma Lavelle. Good luck to the Macon-Bacon partnership.
Brilliant opportunity for the crowd to get a good look at these horses before the race. That is Enjoy Dallin, who will be the selection of plenty of people for young rookie trainer Kieran Murphy.
33-1 chance, roughly. Disco Rama. Karen Morgan leads this horse up today. Brian Cooper we heard from. And the Nolans. Good luck to the Nolans, who aren't here today, but will be watching.
That Scottish Grand National winner, Mighty Thunder for Lucinda Russell.
I love James Bowen there in the white cap. He says, yeah, I'll win. Good luck, James. The Bowens had such a good day yesterday. He rides Kildesart for Ben Pauling, having his first runner in the race.
There aren't many greys in the race. Snow Leopardess is one of them, and that one is Coco Beach. John Joe O'Neill Jr. takes a ride for Gordon Elliott.
Got a glimpse of Lost in Translation from Messrs. Taylor, Burley and No Dwyer. Name of a movie, a musical. Will it be a Grand National winner as well? For Brendan Powell, the rider. And on the 9th of April, the same day in 1988, his dad won on Rhyme and Reason.
37, that looks like Death Duty, another one for Gordon Elliott. Jordan Gainford rides.
Are you all in on poker play in the Robcourt colours? Robbie Power riding for Henry de Bromhead, who trained the winner last year.
Number 8 is Burrows Saint. That is 40, Fortescue, who just snuck into the race yesterday.
With Hugh Nugent riding for his grandfather. He's not well enough to be here today. Tim Nixon, very best of luck to you. Isn't Commodore beautiful? The grey. And Mount Ida makes up the parade. And now they're going to have a look at that first fence. Tense times, Mick.
Yeah, but you know what? As a rider, this is the time when you're most happy, because all the sitting around waiting for this moment to come is nearly there. Go down to the first, let the horse just get a feel for where you are, get back, get your girths checked, and get ready for the starter to let them go.
Yeah, the excitement, you know, the build up to the Grand National for days, in the weigh room in the morning, and just before you go out, it's the most amazing thing to be able to take part. And I always thought when I was starting it...
Hey, Pierre, I'm going to stop you there in a second. We need to get to Luke.
Runners then just having a look at this wonderful first fence. His freewheeling Dillon. There's Ascaria 10 just going away. Here comes any second now, of course, place in the race. Oh, she's a massive big horse. There's Daryl Jaker rides Good Boy Bobby, Longhouse Poet, just waiting for Rachel to come down. Oh, Brian nearly came over on top of us. Enjoy Delen then. Here come all the rest of the runners. All the jockeys like to get right up close to the fence so that the horses just know what they've got to do. Here's the rank outside of Roman de Sanam. Good luck, puppy. He rides Poker Party. Good luck, Paul. Burrows Saint looks absolutely magnificent. He really does. I don't know about the jockeys. My heart's pumping down here. There's Fortescue and Topville Ben. We spoke to Tommy Delson's mum earlier on. Good luck, Tommy. Sit tight. And there's Mount Ida, Dennis O'Regan. Look at the crowds down here. It's not just hospitality here at Aintree. It's absolutely rammed. They're all singing. The minute the bell went for the jockeys to get on board, they were going crazy. Haven't seen Rachel yet, though.
Good luck to all of them. We're hearing a late gamble for Run Wild Fred. How significant is that, Ruby?
It is significant. He has the pace to travel handy in the blue cap at Jiggletown House colours. Held a great position in last year's Irish National and the Tri-Town. He's the ideal type if he gets home, Francesca.
He sure is. 8 to 1, Brian.
Yes, Run Wild Fred for 16 to 1, 14 to 1, 12 to 1, 10 to 1. The Davy Russell factor is 8 to 1, second favourite behind Annie second now at 17 to 2. The National almost upon us.
Flag is raised here. And they're off and racing. It's a first-timer in the National. To the roars of the crowd, Longhouse Poet, one of the first to show Barrow Saint his prominence as well. 2 for gold towards the outside with Augusta. Gold also racing towards the outside as they race towards the first. Iscaria 10 is in a prominent. That's the run down towards Beechers as they race towards the first. Annabelle Fly not too far away with Coco Beach. Then towards the inside, Fiddler on the roof. They leave the ground for the first time. Here's Mark Johnson.
Over the first of the 30 fences, Enjoy Delenas and seats its rider on the outside. Mount Ida is also down. 2 have gone at the first. They go towards the second. 2 for gold up on the outside. Lands in front. 2 in second place on the inside is Coco Beach. They're all safely over fence number 2, and now they come up towards the first, the big open ditches. Coco Beach on the inside stands off with 2 for gold on the outside. Down there is Eclair Surf, and also down is Annabelle Fly. Eclair Surf and Annabelle Fly have both gone at fence number 3. Quickly on to the 4th and over to Ian Bartlett.
And one of the greys, Coco Beach, is out in front at the moment. Longhouse Poet, a red cap on the right. Green and red of 2 for gold is up there. Freewheeling Dylan and Lost in Translation. Iscaria 10, Augusta Gold. A yellow cap of Class Conti wide on the course is up there as well as they jump the next to Ronam de Senam. Then Dingo Doru's racing in company with Barrow Saint as they make their way down towards Beecher's Brook. Further back then is Topfield Ben with Kildesard on the extreme outside. Fortescue is towards the back at the moment. Dacia Abbey is overall back marker as they take Beecher's Brook. 2 for gold and Coco Beach are the pair who show out in front. They've all cleared it safely. They head now towards the Foynaven fence and coming on towards it. Cloth Cab is close up now. Longhouse Poet's off to the right. Augusta Gold, Freewheeling Dylan, Lost in Translation. Ronan de Senam, Dingo Dollar behind these. Any second now, and Schoolboy Hours and Iscaria 10. And Dacia Abra is being pulled up. Further back in the field is Sam Teeny as they come over Canal Turn. 2 for gold was just the first to take it down. There's Schoolboy Hours and also Death Duty. And those are the 2 at the back of the field as we rejoin Mark.
And over the next, it was Coco Beach who led them over Valentine's. There are fallers at the back of the field, and it looks as though Manila Times has gone. Manila Times has gone at Valentine's. They go now on towards the next plain fence. Coco Beach leads 2 for gold, and then Longhouse Poet on the inside of Cloth Cap. And they're then being followed out quite wide by Lost in Translation, who races alongside Freewheeling Dylan. Then Dingo Dollar is next to the field, and then Feather on the roof, Sam Crow right on the inside as they take another plain fence. They all go over it with at the back of the field Poker Party getting slightly detached. Also Mighty Thunder is being ridden along and struggling at the back of the field as they take the final fence down this side of the course. And Coco Beach has a lead of a couple of lengths as they go on now towards the Melling Road crossing. It is Coco Beach who leads the way to 2 for gold racing in second, and then towards the inside is a Longhouse Poet who's racing in a share of third, with on the outside Lost in Translation, and then Cloth Cap followed by Freewheeling Dylan, and still many of them standing as they go back onto the racecourse proper and back to Richard Hoyles.
Augusta Gold was another one that went just after Valentine's as Coco Beach leads 2 for gold as they race towards the run towards the home straight for the first time. Towards the outside, Lost in Translation in yellow. Longhouse Poet comes next with Cloth Cap, Freewheeling Dylan. Roman de Sanam, Sam Crow's yellow cap. Then behind these is Fiddler on the Roof. Dingo Dollar with the white cheek pieces just ahead of Iscaria 10. Then Domain de Lille. They're being followed through by Any Second now, who's midfield on the inside of Santini. Then Topville Ben pulled up at the back and dismounted is Discorama before taking that fence. Discorama has been pulled up, was out in the lead. Coco Beach still has the advantage from second, Two for Gold. Towards the outside, Lost in Translation, Freewheeling Dylan in similar yellow colours as they now make their way down towards the one before the chair. And there they were all just about over it. One of the loose horses was the one that made the mistake and badly bought Class Conti as they make their way now down towards the biggest fence on the course. And this is the chair. Two for Gold with a loose horse. Cocoa Beach towards the inside with Longhouse Poet as they take the chair. Longhouse Poet rises in third with Cloth Cap. Domain Delisle blunders and unseats the rider at the chair. And also Burrows Saint is out. And also towards the outside, Kill Desart is another who's gone at the chair. Cocoa Beach and Two for Gold lead the national. From in third place, Longhouse Poet as they stream over the water. In fourth place is Lost in Translation, Noble Yates for Sam Whaley-Cohen on the inside of Cloth Cap, Freewheeling Dylan Santini and Sam Pro. Behind these is Fiddler on the Roof with Dingo Dollar Iscaria 10. Any second now, Roman de Sinan, Black Lion, Topville Ben. Behind these, Poker Party. Still going as well, the likes of Good Boy Bobby, who's well back, Class Conti, Fortescue as well. Commodore is still going. Right towards the back, Snow Leopardess is pulling up. Snow Leopardess has been pulled up before heading out on that final circuit. So they're making their way on the front down towards Beaches for the second time. Two for Gold, Cocoa Beach. On the outside, Lost in Translation. They're the front wave with Longhouse Poet as we're back to Mark.
So they go over the first fence on their second circuit. They will be bypassing the open ditch in 2 fences time, and it is still Cocoa Beach and Two for Gold the first two. Longhouse Poet then on the inside of Freewheeling Dylan, and then Sam Crow and Santini is creeping a little closer, and now they're going to have to angle right to the wide outside of this open ditch as they bypass it, and it's now Two for Gold who's got a lead of a length and a half over Cocoa Beach in second. Freewheeling Dylan is third on the wide outside. Lost in Translation in fourth. Longhouse Poet is in fifth. Ascaria 10 is racing in sixth. Sam Crow is in seventh. Santini is in eighth, followed then by Dingo Dollar as they go over the next and back to Ian Bartlett.
And it's still Two for Gold, and there's green and red colours showing in front. Cocoa Beach, the grey on the left, is Lost in Translation in yellow. On the right is Longhouse Poet, a dark jacket, a red cap. Freewheeling Dylan, Iscaria 10, the next pair of runners. Roman de Sinan behind those. To Sam Crow, the grey colours of Santini, the orange sleeve jacket of Noble Yates. Dingo Dollars behind this. Topville Ben comes next as they head down toward Beecher's Brook, and Cloth Cap has been pulled up before taking Beecher's, but still Two for Gold and Cocoa Beach the leaders. To Longhouse Poet, took it just about in third position at this stage. Brahma Bull is the final one continuing as they move on towards the Foynaven fence. Lost in Translation, Freewheeling Dylan, Noble Yates riding behind the leaders. Longhouse Poet, a mistake there. Iscaria 10, Santini, Fiddler on the Roof, Ronan de Sinan behind these any second now, and Sam Crow. Fortescue is there. Further back behind these comes Delta Work, and then Black Line as they take the canal turn. Cocoa Beach and Two for Gold, the leaders over it. Behind them, Lost in Translation. Then Dingo Dollar has unseated the rider. Right at the back is Brahma Bull. The last one at the moment is Mighty Thunder. Here's Mark.
So it is Longhouse Poet on the inside who comes through to lead as they crossed over Valentine's Brook to Freewheeling Dylan, and then the grey Cocoa Beach on the outside, Lost in Translation, and then Noble Yates just in behind them. Two for Gold beginning to struggle now and being pushed along, passed by Iscaria 10 towards the outside. Santini is on the heels of that leading group, and so too is Feather on the Roof, and also any second now creeping into contention as they go over the open ditch, and it was Cocoa Beach who just had the lead as they took that. The unseated rider was Fortescue, and pulling up at the back of the field is Good Boy Bobby as they go now on towards the third from home. On the outside, Cocoa Beach the grey just had the lead over Freewheeling Dylan, and right on the inside is that's Longhouse Poet, and then back in fourth position is Noble Yates for Sam Whaley-Cohen. Now they cross over the Melling Road. Iscaria 10 is racing in fifth position. Still there are plenty in with a chance, so they have just two more fences to take. The conclusion of the Randox Grand National with Richard Hoyles.
So we've got about 10 in this leading bunch, and it's made up of Longhouse Poet on the inside, of Freewheeling Dylan, the grey Cocoa Beach. Great ride for Sam Whaley-Cohen on his last ride for Noble Yates. Iscaria 10, Santini comes next behind these, and racing towards the next is Santini, and then behind these is Fiddler on the Roof. Racing Pro amongst horses is Delta Work getting involved at any second now towards the outside as they make their journey now down towards the next fence, and they're bunching up in the National. Longhouse Poet and Noble Yates. Delta Work at any second now. These quartet now begin to surge to the lead. It's Noble Yates who heads down towards the last in the National. With any second now, Delta Work back in fourth place, and ridden along now is Fiddler on the Roof. Any second now, and Noble Yates land over the last in the National. Noble Yates on the far side for Sam Whaley-Cohen. Any second now for Mark Walsh. The two of them race towards the elbow. Delta Work and Sanam, head of Sam Crow. Commodore has got round without his irons, crossing the line as well. Class Conti has finished, pulled up on the run-in, lost in translation. A 50-1 farewell present for Noble Yates. Mr. Sam Wadley-Cohen, the amateur rider who's excelled over these fences in the Fox Hunters for years, on his final ride has won the Grand National for his father and Emmett Mullins.
Are you with me? Your 7th win over the fences. What can you say?
I can't say anything. It's a dream. I couldn't believe it. I've got to say thank yous because it's my last ever ride. To Dad, unwavering belief and love. Over 23 years, never a cross word, never nothing but a dream. It's been a love affair. To my wife, long suffering. They aren't all good days. There are bad days in this sport. She's always there to support me. I mean, that is beyond words. It's a fairy tale, it's a fantasy, and just full of love and happiness and gratefulness.
Sam, your relationship with this place is now cemented in history.
Well, being on the right horses, getting the luck, having the sun out. I do think Thomas is sitting on my back. I ride with his name in my saddle.
Thomas is your brother who died of cancer in his 20s?
Yeah, and these days are family days, and honestly, you couldn't make it up, could you?
You literally couldn't. Mate, we've loved your career. Enjoy retirement in the best possible way.
Isn't that quite extraordinary? Sam Wadley-Cohen on his retirement ride wins the Randox Grand National. A guy who's winning over these fences for a 7th time as an amateur. AP McCoy, put that into perspective.
Well, there isn't anything amateur about it, is there really? It's fairy tale stuff, you know, it's like something you'd see in a movie, isn't it? You couldn't make it up, as he said. You'd be lost for words, and he really is. It's like, it is hard to describe how he's going to be feeling to have your last ever ride and win the Grand National. You literally couldn't make it up.
We were saying, being in the day, we wanted a story. The Grand National has a way of providing a story. Good one to cheer everyone up on his very last ride. 6 wins over these fences, but never in the Grand National.
No, but that's an unbelievable record. The best record of any jockey riding at the moment he had coming into it. And this was exemplary. He had the inside line when he got to the elbow, and basically once he got to there, he knew where that winning post was.
And he's an amateur jockey, so essentially that means he rides for fun. He has a full-time job, dental practices, I think
Doesn't get the prize money.
Doesn't get the prize money, owned by his dad.
He does. That's his dad, Francesca. And wasn't that nice? Ted Wolfe saying well done, Ted.
Yeah, you've got to feel for those connections of any second now. 3rd last year, 2nd this year. What about the trainer, Emmett Mullins? First runner in the race.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think they only just bought him. I think earlier on in the year, he'd had some good form, so he had. But I think Alice is going to speak to the winning owner, Robert Wadley-Cohen.
This man, Robert Wadley-Cohen, is the father of Sam, and together you've been on the most extraordinary journey. Can you believe that it's ended like this?
It's absolutely a dream come true. Sorry, I can't speak. I shouted too much. Just fabulous.
You've won the Gold Cup together, you've supported him all the way, you've invested, but he's delivered.
You can't go without the horse, but the horse can't go without the jockey, so it's a team, and thank God it's really worked. I feel like quoting Shakespeare saying, I come from the over.
He works full time, he has children. How does he do this?
Dedication, hard work. He only rides about 30 races apart from point to points in the year, and his record is unspeakably good. Fabulous.
I literally, this is so unbelievable. The love and partnership.
Really emotional.
I'm not surprised. should be.
Fantastic.
It's just brilliant.
That is what we've dreamed about for years. Sam used to ride a rocky horse, and he was riding Auntie Dot. That's how far back it goes. Unbelievable.
You and Sam have won the Grand National, Robert. Congratulations.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Congratulations.
Fabulous.
A race all about the Wadley-Cohen family. That's Mick Malloy, who led up Noble Yates today. You can see Sam's brother Marcus with him as well. Tom will be watching down after Noble Yates won the Randox Grand National at 5-0, 50-1. We'll talk about any second now, who's run another big race in the National. Third last year, second this. Delta Work loomed as a danger, finished in third in the end at 10-1. Santini, 33-1 in fourth. Fiddler on the Roof, finished fifth at 12-1, Mick.
Just an amazing story. This shows what it means. Like, I don't know how he managed to keep it together. It's an emotional time for this family. You saw how emotional Robert Wadley-Cohen got. You know, to have your son ride the Grand National winner on a horse you own. How unbelievable is that?
And how happy will Bella be? Sam's beautiful wife. One, he's retiring, and two, he's retiring in style on a Grand National winner.
I imagine the emotional hit Sam later. Right now,
Yeah.
he's just elated, isn't he?
I think he's floating at the moment, it's safe to say. This is a moment he will never, ever forget. This horse is not overly big, and the magic of the Grand National lives on. A 50-1 shot wins the race.
And only a 7-year-old, and gave him the most beautiful spin round in a good position all the way up there with the front runners.
Here they come then. Noble Yates, the first 7-year-old since 1940, has won the Randox Grand National.
Unbelievable scenes here at Aintree. Noble Yates, trained by Emmett Mullins, carrying the cards of Robert Wadley-Cohen, and a final ride, he's retiring after the Grand National for Sam Wadley-Cohen.
A horse that only ran over fences for the first time on October the 5th, purchased by the Wadley-Cohens, went to Cheltenham, targeted at this by the brilliant Emmett Mullins, who's won the National with his first runner in the famous race at 50-1. Same on the top right there in the orange box, and confirmation if you're on the places. But if you found the winner, fair play, 50-1. Any second now, AP has run a huge race again.
Yeah, he ran a huge race there. It didn't look like he jumped just with the same fluence as he did last year, but ran a brilliantly prepared by Ted Walsh to come here and run that well in the second National with 7 pounds more. You know, he did really run a great race. There's Emmett Mullins, the trainer, very young. I'm sure he'll get plenty of more chances to win the Grand National again. But for any second now, he ran a great race, and sadly for Ted, it wasn't to be the fairy tale for him, but it certainly was for the Wadley-Cohens.
It was an inspired decision to buy the horse. He was second in the Toy Town, wasn't he, behind Ahoy Senor, who we saw win earlier in the week. They decided to buy him off the back of that, and now look at this.
Well, many people felt that this horse was, you know, a good thing for Cheltenham. It didn't happen for him at Cheltenham, but it happened for him here. Having the inside here for Sam, you could see Mark Walsh desperate to try and get on that rail. He wasn't able to. Sam was wise to it. You know, this is a young man. He might be an amateur, but he's already on his CV. He got a Gold Cup, a King George, so he's no mug.
And these two horses trying their hearts out. Of the others, we'll see them come through. Delta Works run big. Santini's run big too, AP.
Yeah, both ran huge races. Delta Work looked like he's got snuck into the race nicely under Davy Russell. Looked like he had a chance going to the last, and then he just tired. Santini ran a great race. He definitely came back to form. So he did. So yeah, it was a pretty exciting race to watch, wasn't it?
They're just getting the photographs here. Emmett Mullins next to Sam Wadley-Cohen. Ted Walsh congratulating Emmett. Let's quickly go in. Emmett, tell me about that.
That's the man you have to ask. He knows more about it than I do.
Yeah, he's done the steering. He's just told us all about the family success, but you've done the training.
Yeah, look, it was a long-term plan, and it seems to have come off in the end somehow. I don't know how. We were probably more confident a month ago, but closer we got to it, everyone else seemed to be talking up their chances, and we just went cold. But the horse never knew any different.
What made you confident a month ago?
Our form behind Ahoy Senor, a Grade 1 winner yesterday. It's frank. That was a great run in Wetherby, and the form was there.
Amazing scenes. Let's have a look at Sam here and Robert as well. Robert, just finally, well, we said beforehand, this is what dreams are made of.
It is what dreams are made of, and it is absolutely makes your cup runneth over. I mean, this is it. And this was, I think, last ride ever. 40 years old next Friday, and won so many great races. We've had such fun.
And the whole story mixed with joy and tragedy.
Well, joy and sadness, not tragedy, but just sadness. But that it's all coming to an end, and the horse is only 7 and a novice, so he could be here for a good many years yet, but not with Sam on board.
With that sadness, we should point out that owning these horses and running them was to bring the family together. What will you do now?
Repeat, but not with Sam on board. So I had horses between my retiring and his starting, and I shall have them again.
Well, they say the Grand National always throws up a story. This is an absolute classic one. Well done.
An amazing story. And Sam's been dreaming of winning this ever since he used to ride Auntie Dot on his rocking horse, was trained by John Webber when he was a little kid. So this really is a fulfilment of a lifelong dream.
Well done.
Thank you.
Mick Malloy, I'm told, who led him up today, is a real character in his own right. We might hear from him later. The winning groom will get a prize as well. An amateur. It was interesting there that Marcus Armitage was listening in, and his job was a racing writer. He was the last amateur to win in 1990 on Mr. Frisk. And Sam's has had a dental practice. He's employed 3,500 people. He's a very successful businessman in his own right. Clever boy. He's been a trustee for the Injured Jockeys Fund too.
He's an amazing fella. He really is. A really nice guy. And like he used to come and see me because he wanted to be better. But I think it's fairly safe to say that his record over the Grand National fences is an awful lot better than mine. But this is amazing shots here. And like a young man, I can remember going to France to ride a horse of theirs, and young Thomas, who they spoke about, who died when he was very young. He's very much in their hearts still, and this will be something that will be dedicated to him, I'm sure.
Yeah, lovely for Sam to have his kids here, his wife Bella's here as well. If you had the 6th and the 7th, incidentally, bookmakers paying up to 7th place. Longhouse Poet finished in 6th. Freewheeling Dylan was in 7th place.